the Bulldozer Matt Tremont, the 8-time Deathmatch Tournament winner, the former 2-time world champion, the owner of H2O Wrestling. And if there is one podcast to listen to, that is the Deathmatch Russell Podcast. Let's get ultraviolet, motherfuckers.
And good evening once again, fans. You're listening to the Deathmatch Russell Podcast. They're more than welcome to come on too anytime they want to come on.
Oh man, those girls pop good like.
Alright. It's a budget thing. Let's see what he's up to.
Thank you, man, and thank you for giving me the time.
Tune in right now. And good evening, everyone. You're listening to another episode of the Deathmatch Russell Podcast. And at this time, my guest, the one and only, the host of the Everett Lee Show and Podcast City Network team, Everett Lee. How you doing, my friend?
Not too bad. Not too bad. I'm multitasking right now. I'm sharing this on the Everett Lee Show page as we speak.
Let's get a Bullet Club sweet. Right?
Sweet.
Back in action. I can't believe it. You see that? Like, there's so much going on in the world in the wrestling again. It's like, pick it up now. I'm sure you saw bits and pieces on Twitter and you've been following, and I know once in a while. I know you don't watch a lot of, but you hear and I tell you a lot too as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I keep up with most of what I can nowadays. I mean, I know quite a bit of time off here lately in the last few months since October. Mm-hmm. I pretty much went on hiatus since October 2020. I did episode 215 of the Everett Lee Show, released the audio portion of that, and pretty much that was out. And then I did one last run of ELS Uncut with Ripper Blackheart from Future Great Wrestling. We had Space from Urban Nerd Weekly, which show you can catch on Podcast City Network, which I'm promoting tonight. Podcast City Network, the top source for independent podcast and be creative, be yourself. I'm a walking billboard tonight.
Right. I'll tell you what, Everett, as I always tell you, you put out the content like it's like no tomorrow, and everybody else does, and we're proud of everybody that we all put our heart and soul into what we do. It doesn't matter. We have final scores. It's kicking ass. My God, look at that. Like the numbers just rise, man. More people following and getting hooked into sports, and now it's like the football season, Super Bowl seasons. So my God, they're going to be strapped down, and it's going to be a roller coaster ride for those people to be watching, and it's going to be and media wise and other things, how it goes.
Yeah, Super Bowl's coming up. I know a lot of people's upset about Brady. A lot of people don't like Brady. He's playing for the Bucs. I have a friend who's been a Buccaneers fan through and through, and he called me today when he heard Tom Brady was going to be part of the Buccaneers. He was happy as hell, and he's been a Buck fan for years. He's a Buccaneers fan, and he don't care who the hell's on that team.
Know what? Do I care? I don't give a crap.
No.
It's not the Philadelphia Eagles, so wow. Or it's not your team, Come on, Everett, we all know.
My team? What's my team?
I don't even know. Good question.
It's college. Volunteers. Okay. Tennessee Volunteers is my team.
Really?
I'm more college. I'm
really
more college, man. Yeah. Not too much pro. Not too much pro. I
football,
enjoy college.
But you know what? When you lived in Jersey, right? You were you a Giants fan at the time?
No. I didn't live in Jersey. I didn't live in New Jersey.
I thought you
My
did.
wife's from New Jersey.
Okay, so she probably was a Giants fan. I bet she was.
Yeah, actually, she was.
Oh man, or the Jets. Yeah. The Jets. Yes.
Actually, she was a Cowboys fan. Believe it or not.
No kidding. But what team actually did you actually like get hooked on? Like really, like just as just like NFL? None.
NFL, I would have to go with Steelers.
Yeah.
My high school, when I was in high school, Steelers. That's that was my team right there. That was my team.
Wow. All right, but who cares about? Let's move off of football. There's so much right? Well, we can talk sports all day long, but we're not on the we're not on the Craig and final scores hour. So
yeah, those guys, man. I'm telling you, final score has been killing it. Final score is the flagship sports show for Podcast City Network because there for a while, Robin Nelson, Russell Podcast, that man was 24/7 talking to everyone from Coco Beware to Hillbilly Jim to the true master of wrestling ring music, Hurricane JJ McGuire. Shout out to Hurricane JJ McGuire. He was talking to all these people, and he pretty much he put Podcast City Network on his back there for a while. I was trailing behind Chris Carnage with Chris Carnage show, and then final score comes out of nowhere, and it's like bam! It's like
Deathmatch Russell, bam!
Deathmatch, man. You've been killing it. You've been killing it, man, with what you do with talking to independent wrestling, man. Supporting independent wrestling. That's where it's at. That's where it's at.
That's right. That's where it's at, Everett. I mean, like we always say, man, we got the hype and everything. And it's just gonna grow and grow and grow as we die, like it always has. And till this day, it's just amazing what's coming out of the woodworks. And I'm just like looking on these indie stars that are coming out just to making an appearance on Dark. AEW, I'll tell you what, AEW Dark really showcases who's the future, really. Like if they could get a shot on TV, yeah. If not, it's okay,
Yeah, I haven't watched too much AEW Dark lately. I know it comes on YouTube. Tuesday nights? I think. I think Tuesday nights on YouTube. They put that on there, and that I when it first came out last year, when AEW first came out, I was watching Dark. I was watching episodes of that. Of course, I was keeping up with AEW. I actually watched it last week, and I was impressed with it, man. I love Moxley and Jericho.
Moxley, yeah.
Two of my favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah, two of my favorites right there. Jericho. I've been a fan of Jericho since the late 90s. Back in WCW, and then when he jumped ship to WWE, I became a bigger fan of Jericho. And the man has reinvented himself in the last few years. He's done some great stuff. New Japan Wrestling, Kenny Omega, that feud there. He made it like an old school Southern wrestling like rivalry, which was great.
But now the band's back together. The club is back together. The Bullet Club is chaining along again. It's like,
Bullet Club. I remember Ring of Honor, man. Fort Lauderdale back in 2017. Fort Lauderdale. My nephew, which my nephew, my wife, and a friend of his, we went to Fort Lauderdale to watch Ring of Honor and watch Bullet Club with Cody Rhodes, the Young Bucks, Marty Scurll. Just some great times there watching Ring of Honor live was just great. And then now just everything going on with AEW is so great.
And a lot of things with MLW too. I've been seeing some stuff like I need to watch MLW. I'm hearing like it's getting good. Like
it is.
But as we fall away from our other product that we hate, but now Impact is getting involved, with AEW, which is really cool. And I'm sure you've seen that, and I'm like, this is going to be it, like how we said TNA was going to revolve after, just give it time. Just give time. Like it died out for quite a while. We know that,
Yeah, I have Pluto TV. I've been watching a lot of Pluto TV. You can find about anything. I don't even watch cable. I go on there and I find stuff to watch. I watch the binge watching channels. I hate to say I got stuck there for a while when I took a break from everything. I was watching the the Binge 24/7 channel of the Making the Team Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. Man, it gets brutal, man, for some of those women, man, trying out. I'm serious, dude. I am serious. They it's their dream to put on that uniform and go out there and cheer.
My sister did that. My sister did that for school. Come on, like it's tough. It's a tough.
This is tough, man. It's just they had this one girl. She tried out 5 times, and then when she finally got there, and when they're talking to her, and she's just so emotional, she's crying every time they talk to her. It's like, I'm so happy to be here. It's like, shut up. It's like, dance. It just kills me. This shit kills me sometimes, but it's entertaining. I enjoyed it, and those women, passion. They have the passion to go out there and do what they do, like we do with what we do.
I'll tell you what. I got hooked, and they're going to come out with a season 4. I cannot wait. Cobra Kai. My gosh.
Yeah. Cobra Kai.
Everett, dude, that was awesome. I finally got around to sitting down and watching. I was like, wow. Yeah. It's
great.
It's great.
Cobra Kai was great. I love how the Johnny Lawrence, Daniel LaRusso rivalry has continued on after 30 years. And I love the fact that they've taken that fan theory of Daniel LaRusso is actually the bully and incorporated it into this show, because Johnny was just you feel bad for the guy. Yeah. Daniel goes on and you see the life he's living, and Johnny's like, eating this food at a convenience store and just,
cold pizza.
Yeah, cold pizza. But then he brings back Cobra Kai, and all for the right reasons. It's to slap this generation in the face, kick him in the ass, and say, "Quit being a wuss." It's like,
quit being a bully.
Yeah, suck it up, Buttercup. Put on a fresh pair of panties.
Dude, that one fall was sick by that one kid. Oh my God,
Johnny. Bobby. Miguel.
Holy, yeah,
Miguel. That right there, that was crazy. I liked how Johnny was helping him get back to walk again, and
rehabilitation was amazing. But man, that just going back and looking at the original stuff, like we grew up, we watched that, we watched the originals, and part 1 and part 2, and I like how he found that girl in Japan, China, his old
Okinawa.
girlfriend.
Okinawa. Yeah, he ran into his love interest. His love interest, and then of course, what's his name? Chosen comes out, and he's like, so, and then he's like, I waited 30 years for this. That was great. That was great. I loved. It was like, what was the story after that? And he explained everything, and Daniel forgave him, and he forgave Daniel, and they buried the hatchet, and it moved on. But he could do that with him. How come he can't do that with Johnny? How can he not do that with Johnny, man? Come on.
Right.
How can he not do that with Johnny? Bury the hatchet.
And to see the sensei, the guy who really, that other guy, what's his name? God, what was his name? Oh my gosh.
Oh, Kreese.
Yes, Kreese.
Yeah, Kreese. John Kreese, that snake. That's what he is, snake. Man. He
was.
As soon as he let Kreese come back into it, that pretty much was it. That was it. It's like, why? And then when he got back with his buddies, they're like, come on, Johnny. It's like, Kreese is a snake. Look what he did to us. Look what he did to you. Look what he did to everybody. And you're just letting him come back in. And he came back in and he took Cobra Kai. He took it. He took it from Johnny. But Johnny has the Eagle Fang Club now, Eagle Fang Karate.
Eagle Fang. Yeah, that was great. But that was a cool series. I hope, I heard that the 4 is coming out, so I cannot wait.
Yeah. I also, another show I watched while I took a hiatus was I caught up on the Disney Plus, The Mandalorian. I caught up with that. I watched all 2 seasons of The Mandalorian, and I was so happy that what they're going to be coming out with late this year, the Book of Fett. I don't know where or how that's going to go, but here, that's pretty much what I did.
Did you see what movies just came out? I need to see it.
Godzilla vs. Kong.
Yeah.
I what kills me about that is when they mention in the comment, Godzilla's in the movie, they say Godzilla's hurting people. We don't know why. And everyone's all into that. I was reading all the comments on YouTube. They kept saying Godzilla's hurting people. We don't know why. It's like, well, you know why he's probably hurting people is because you did something to him. You pissed him off, and he's gonna raise hell. That's you poked the sleeping bear. There you go. All these people. Well, why is he hurting people? I don't know. Well, go watch the movie and find out. Quit typing about it. Quit writing about it. Keyboard warriors. Get out behind the keyboard, man. It kills me. It kills me how social media and how that affects. It gets like a disease and hurts and controls people. People spend too much time on social media. Go outside.
I know. Go outside. Don't be.
Get some fresh air.
Go out. Yeah.
One thing I have to say is don't live your life on this thing. Do not live your life on this thing. I don't. And I'm free, man. I'm free of this thing. I'll tell you what, this thing, there's 2 things. It calls and text. That's it. That's all I need it for. Anything else, I got a computer for. I check Facebook on computer. I'm old. Yeah. I'm old.
Go dig into your MySpace. Your MySpace, all right?
Yeah. I still have a MySpace. Actually, I went back a while back ago and checked it. Still looks the same.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, it still looks the same, man.
I used to have a lot of wrestling. On mine. I always had all the local promoters and all the guys in the wrestling industry.
Yeah, I had a lot of Goonies, Lost Boys, Monster Squad. What else? I had a bunch of stuff on there, which was just crazy on mine. I decorated it up. I got to tell you a crazy story about MySpace. Check this out. Had an crazy ex-girlfriend. Okay.
Oh, jeez.
All right. The girlfriend at the time I was going out with, we went out 2 years. We broke up. She broke up with me on Valentine's Day. And for that summer, I had a girlfriend for the summer and until she went psycho. But she had me create her a MySpace. How do you create it like yours? Do this and do that. So I created it all for her. And when we broke up, I went into where I was using Photo Bucket to link over the pictures that she had on her page there. So I ran through and I deleted all the pictures. I'm like, I don't need these now. And I deleted them. Then I heard from the grapevine that she was talking shit on her MySpace about me because we broke up. And I was like, really? So when I clicked on there to look, when I went on there to look, check this out. When I went on there to look, all those pictures I deleted, it deleted off of her MySpace. So she was pissed. Yeah. And apparently it was like, you hacked me. And I'm like, how did I hack you? I removed the pictures out of my photo bucket you put in there. And then they deleted off your damn MySpace wall. Yeah, she got pissed, man. And then she got pissed for the fact I wouldn't show my profile picture because she was wanting. She's like, it was like, this is the guy who fucked me over. And she went to show, and I have a picture of what's his name, the character from Bleach, the anime cartoon, is my profile picture. And she'd get pissed about that. It's like, yeah, I'm going to use this as my profile picture. So no one knew who the hell I looked like.
I used to love going into like MySpace, because you could change your character. You could actually go in and be somebody else. I used to mess with all my friends. They're like, "What the hell's wrong with you?"
Yeah, I love the playlist you were able to put on there. I put a lot of Tool on mine. Yeah, I had Tool.
STP. I had STP Chili Peppers. Yeah, we had all our genre, like the music. Now it's all Spotify, this and that, and everything else. When
I had the playlist for MySpace, ended up after me and my crazy ex-girlfriend called it quits.
Yeah.
I had the song on there from Puddle of Mud, Psycho, playing. and then I had the one from the American Rejects. I hope he gives you hell. The song about the breakup and the next person you move on to gives you hell. Those are some great times, man. And those are some great times.
Yeah, and then you had AOL. Don't forget about AOL. You had AOL Messenger, and you could create bots and this and that. And
welcome, you've got mail. Goodbye. And then I remember when they had it where you could do voice messages. Welcome, you got voicemail. It's a really
then you were able to switch. Then you were able to switch your voicemail with a current song or something. Yeah, it was like, how the hell do you? But now we got all this better social media and just the way that it's progressed. God bless.
Yeah, I cleaned my computer up yesterday. I still got some lingerings of dust flying around. Yeah, I took the can and the air in a can. And I was sitting there. I was like, freaking looks like a brand new computer.
How dusty was it? How dusty was it?
Oh God, man, it was dusty. The computer looks and sounds and runs better than what it's doing now. Yeah. But
what else? What else?
What else I've been doing? Well, I pretty much
keep an eye on. I pretty much hang out with your wife and your daughter, Kelly. You're doing pretty good. Callie.
Yeah, the time off that I took, you see, a lot of people don't know this. A lot of people don't know this because I haven't talked about it like live or publicly about this. But on new episodes, which will be dropping starting on February 16th of the Everett Lee show, I pretty much in October, after I took some time off there because a lot of stuff happened.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the mutual agreement with Knockout Wrestling ended. Then I get news of my best friend dying. And hearing about your best friend you known for 10 years, that sucks, man. It sucks. You get the news that your best friend dies,
and you find out. I know, like my wrestler friend died. Like, holy shit, man! Like, he's traveled to shows and.
Yeah, what happened was when he.
Can I mention something right now? One person in this room, it's his birthday tonight. My friend Paul, and happy birthday to you, Paul, turning 44 today.
Happy birthday! Here's to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Yeah,
but it just hit me really hard with losing my best friend and with working with Podcasting Network and just everything. And I told Chris and Craig, I'm like, I gotta take a break, man. I gotta unplug from everything. I need to get my life. I need to get my shit in order. And I was depressed. I sat on the couch and there was nights where I looked over at the computer.
Yeah, like, and you would send. I know you'd send me a meme of a sad face. Like, come on, like, just like
I said, well, I should probably call someone, do a podcast. No, can't do it.
No.
So I sat there on the couch and became more of a father to my daughter, became more of a husband to my wife, and I pretty much did that. I enjoyed
time with family.
I enjoyed life. I turned off all notifications on my phone. Well, I had to because my phone
blew up
from 2016, and the memory, I ran out of memory, so I had to turn off all the notifications. The only time I find out if anything is I have to check it, which I rarely do. So that's pretty much what happened there. And during that time, I watched a lot of Netflix. I kept up with FGW, Future Great Wrestling, loving what those guys do up there in Hamilton, Ohio. I love that. Just doing that, just kind of stepping away from everything and just recollecting myself. And then right around December, around before the end of the year, I started feeling a lot better with myself. I figured, it's time. I believe it's time to get back into things. I felt I was ready. And I said to myself, I said, Dion, he when I told him in 2014 the crazy idea about doing a podcast, when I told Dion in 2014, I said, yeah, I'm starting out a podcast doing it. He said, what are you talking about? And at that time, I was like, wrestling, movies. He said, hell, I'll listen to it. That's all he said. That's how much of a good friend and a brother he was.
You know what, Everett? I'm gonna do all my announcements after a while, like towards the end. Let's do that towards the end because I think I want to play a message pretty soon. How about we stop and get a special guest in here, maybe? What do you think about that? You like that?
Yeah, that'd be great.
All right, let's
whatever. You're the host. I'm the guest.
Let's see
I'm along for the ride.
Let's see if I can figure this out and put this little video up on the screen. I'm learning. Here we go. We're gonna go. I don't know if I have to take this off of here. Probably have to take all this down, right? Because I'm sure it'll cut it all off. But let's do this. Let's go here.
You'll kill your live feed.
What? Did I?
No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Let me know if this pops up. Is that on there?
No, the screen.
Yeah, hold on. I'm doing my thing over here. Just where did I put
just
it?
doing your thing. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna close you out. Close this out. Come on. What? I hate this.
I can see your.
I know my screen. Yeah, well, don't.
Yeah, I can see your screen. Hey, look, it's David's Facebook, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right. It's basically a bullshit.
Standing by.
I should have just had this ready, but whatever. Hold on. I got all this. Look how organized this is.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, you get to see David C. Russell's.
Are you ready? What the
I'm ready. I'm ready as more ever than I'm going to be.
Well,
at least I don't have to do the controls tonight.
Hold on, Everett. Hold on. Let's play it back. Ready?
Yeah.
What the hell? Uh-oh. It's a slow delay. There's a delay.
Yeah. Well, of course, you're streaming. You got to turn the sound on.
Oh, who's that guy?
I don't know. Who is that?
Did you hear it?
No.
You didn't hear it?
No, there's no sound.
How about now?
No. I hear a phone ringing in the background.
Okay.
Ooh. Ooh. Okay.
What the hell?
What the hell?
What the hell was that? What? Why is it up? Oh, come on. I can't stop it. I can't stop it. This is what happens on a podcast, folks.
What is that? What is that? Stone Cold Steve Austin? Was that Stone Cold? Stone Cold coming on David C. Russell Deathmatch Russell podcast. What?
Okay. Did you hear the voice?
It sounded like the exorcism, man. I heard.
Did you hear the voice though?
Yeah, I heard someone. It sounded like they were like having a stroke. What the hell?
Well, it was time. It's time. It's happy hour time. Our buddy Happy Hour is going to join us for a little while. How's that?
That's cool.
It's a surprise. Now I can go back on Facebook and add him, right?
Yeah.
I don't have any screens up, right? I don't have any screens going.
No. No.
Okay.
You see, I'm sitting different from where I usually sit. I'm sitting in my guest seat spot tonight if I had a guest over, because I got the camera over here, I got a monitor, and I got the monitor here.
It looks sharp.
Yeah, I'm looking. Yeah, I'm using my new webcam, the one that crashed. While he's trying to come on, well, I'll just
all right.
While you're trying to get things situated, I'll talk to you.
I got it.
You got it? What do you got?
He's coming.
He's coming. He's coming to join us.
That's good. I heard you had. Well, yeah, you released an episode with this guy, so I was like,
no.
No. Oh,
you saw the advertisement. You saw the video on the Everett Lee Show page.
Yeah.
Yeah. Starting February 16th,
I'm
gonna have one of 4 new episodes of the Everett Lee Show, which they're already in the can. They're going to be released.
That's who it is. Are you ready?
Hey,
let's put him as the main person, huh? Let's get let's screen fixed here, Everett. She should be the main star. How do I do this? There
we go. Nice. We're in 3s. How's it going, Happy? Didn't I talk to you not too long ago?
Yeah, seriously, man. I'm all about coming back. I mean, I figure it's a good crowd tonight. So I'm all about joining the party.
Hey, I got the cameras working now.
It's not all audio now. Good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Yeah, well, audio is more my roots and my forte anyway. That's how I started out. It's like I love going back to my roots, because you hook up a microphone, you do a video chat, you record the audio, and just have a good time.
Outstanding, dude. Outstanding. No, I mean, I was just like, DMR was just like, hey, you want to kind of invade the program? And I'm just like, yeah, I love the idea. I'm all about it. I'm all about the new invasion.
The happy hour invasion hour. Ooh, I like that.
Yes, invasion hour.
NWO's invaded. It's like, here goes Sting. But whose side is he on?
Well, I guess technically it's an ECW invasion, since literally in 1999 I did 2 ECW house shows in Louisiana.
Yeah, you did, didn't you?
Yep. So I guess technically it's an ECW invasion.
the whole happy hour.
Right.
That's a different gimmick. I can't get to Rob Van Dam.
Yeah, sadly, on the shows that I did, RVD was already gone. The headliner was just
RVD
incredible.
was already gone, or was he gone? Was he gone, or was he?
That's true. No, but I mean, he was basically, if he was doing ECW shows, he was only doing like televised shows and pay-per-views and whatnot. He wasn't doing house shows. So the headliner was actually just incredible. And Sabu was doing some of the house shows too.
Oh, okay.
I was actually involved in a match with Canadian Tiger Mike Lazansky.
Wow.
Canadian Tiger.
Yep. And Ulf Herman and what's his face? Rod Price, PN News.
Damn.
Going into a locker room like that, my gosh, like you were in. That's a like you're like in an era,
Oh wrestling. Yeah, the Dubs. You guys remember the Dubs? Bowed up and pucked up, or I guess he was jacked up in WWE Minors or WWE Developmental. It was bowed up and jacked up. And the reason I bring it up and the relevance is one of the Dubs actually ran off with Miss Kitty when she broke up with Lawler.
Oh yeah, I remember Miss Kitty, man. Miss Kitty.
That's a good-looking woman.
God, Stacy Carter.
Yes.
God dang. Yeah. Yeah, she is good looking, man. She is. Lawler did right there.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah,
so happy.
he did.
So happy. What's been going on, man? What do you? I know you've been really launching a lot of. You've been really sitting in your brewery lately.
Oh, well, here, let me just give sort
Go
of a
ahead.
high-level summary. I'll try to be as brief as
Fast.
possible so I don't
Take
become.
it.
Oh,
you're
no,
welcome.
I don't want to end up as Grandpa Simpson with triple off-tangent stories. We used to wear we tied an onion to our belt because it was the fashion in those days. And, you could have pictures of bumblebees on them. So I'd be like, I'll give you 5 bees for a quarter.
You want to hear my Grandpa Simpson impersonation?
Oh, let's do it. Go ahead.
Hey, wait, that's on that TV. I can't see it.
I'll do mine. All right, I'll do my. Yeah.
No, in any case, so basically, big summary. So yeah, the brewery stuff is coming in order. So we got the operating agreement in order. We're about to sign the sales agreement. So very, very short order, we're officially in charge. We've been running the place for the last few months like we were in charge, but the official is actually coming up very quickly. So 2 things related to that. One, so mind you, last year with the pandemic, they had to do it virtual, but 2018 and 2019, Pittsburgh hosted Fresh Fest, which was voted one of the top beer festivals in the country because the focus of Fresh Fest were Black-owned breweries or Black-owned businesses collaborating with breweries. So, unlike typical beer festivals, it felt like a block party. So at 2019, they had a music stage set up. There were some great performances, and the headliner was Nappy Roots. So Nappy Roots headline, and they did a collaboration with the brewery in Atlanta and brought a beer to that festival too. So Nappy Roots is into craft beer. I mean, it's not just into, but they're into craft beer. They will collaborate with some folks out there. So, bringing that to light. But there are some great musical acts. Now, in August, Fresh Fest will take place again. Hopefully, we're in a new normal and we can have it in person because in 2020 it was virtual due to pandemic. But now that I am in brewery ownership, I am the first person of color to be in brewery ownership in Pittsburgh. So now I can actually get my spot on center stage for the event because, mind you, the event took place in Pittsburgh, but because no breweries are owned by people of color, none of the Pittsburgh breweries got, main center stage or center billing. So now I'm going to get feature billing. So that's just it, and it's not even just about me because, let's be honest, I'm one of 5 owners. The point is if a festival is taking place in Pittsburgh, I want something Pittsburgh to get center stage. And that's my big item. So that's 1. 2, in September, I'm putting this out there for you guys in case you both are available and can make it. September, I'm currently working on organizing the logistics of a beer and wrestling festival. So the event, I'm looking at targeting 25 breweries in the greater Pittsburgh area. I'm looking at putting on a wrestling event. So there will be a women's cup, there will be a tag team cup, and there will be a men's championship cup on this event. And there will be about 24 to 25 breweries from the greater Pittsburgh area pouring at that event. So everybody with the ticket can technically have unlimited access to beer. I mean, obviously, don't get into the sloshed out of your mind that you have to be arrested type scenario. But I mean, that being said, you don't have to buy your pours. You basically go to each booth, get your pour, obviously pace yourself. There'll be water coolers and whatnot. So hydrate, pace yourself, but you could probably enjoy 50 to 60 samples of beer during that festival and get more and get wrestling. So you're getting more than your money's worth, to be honest.
Dude, that I believe we talked a little bit about that when I had you on.
Happy. And we talked about that. That's pretty cool collab.
I love that. I love that, David. That is amazing. And
you know what?
I do want to raise a glass.
I got Starbucks. Hold on.
Starbucks. Why am I not surprised, David?
Yeah, put a splash of whiskey in there at least for some dignity.
Tell you what I found today.
What was that?
Remember I was talking about Mike's Hard Lemonade?
Yeah.
I found Mike's Hard Green Apple.
I
I didn't know existed.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
by
it's
the way,
something new I wanted to try out.
What beer do you have on hand? What do you
You
got
know, it's
there?
funny. I actually literally just got home from the tap room about 45 minutes ago, so I
Hey,
actually don't have a beer in it. However, if you want me to promote beer, give me 30 seconds. I'm going to pop a beer.
Okay. But yeah, Everett.
Why he's getting ready to pop a beer.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, because I mentioned that I talked to Happy.
Yes, me and
Happy
him
Hour. I went ahead
you-
and talked to him again. That's going to be one of the new episodes, which will be released too as well next month. The episode I did with Happy Hour, and then I talked with on the video that you've seen. I talked to the amazing Amazon Natasha Crane. I've been wanting to get her back on for a long time, so I hit her up. Everything worked out. Got her on and talked to her and got with Happy Hour. I'm like, dude, I'm coming back. You want to come on? He's like, count me in. I was like, hell yeah.
Absolutely. No, I love you guys.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
You're
always
always
been a good
I
time.
know.
Every time we've gotten together. I mean, you know, the fact that we can just keep talking, there's no dead air. We're all about just having a good time. And that's what I like. You know, here's the thing.
We could need to do an episode where there's no time limit, Everett. Like we
Right. No, I mean, here's the thing.
go
We
all night
can
long.
Forever.
we can talk nonsense for hours and have a great time doing it. That's what I love. That's you know, that's just the fact that you know we can talk about anything, everything, and nothing all at once, and we're having a great time doing it. And that's why I enjoy you guys. I've been on podcasts where the host is looks like he's like kind of reading off like a laundry list of questions, and it feels like there's no interaction. And you know, been there, done that, exactly. And it feels like it feels like a job interview, like where a person is just following a template.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay, is the job interview done? Did I get the job? Well, what's up?
No. Did you make the list, Everett?
Yeah, like I was telling you when I had you on there. I'll spoil a little bit for the episode talking about podcasts there, where you get on there and they're sitting there, they're like, oh, I'm so glad you're here today. I've got some questions I want to ask you.
Hold on, Everett.
Because I have a Blog Talk Radio account, right? That's
let me look at my phone for a minute. Hold on. Oh, that question is right here. Hold on.
So I'm going to lead to two things. One, I'm drinking our newest beer that we released, Mango Madness. So it's a mango sour beer.
Mango Madness.
Yeah. So there's mango puree and the actual mango puree in there to give it that fruit flavor. So it's a fruited sour, low ABV. It's like 4.2% ABV. That's one. Two, the other, I think it was Sunday night. So Sunday night, so Maestro from WCW, he does a podcast every so often. So last Sunday night, he had a podcast where he had The Amazing Velvet and Susan Green on. So I also joined that podcast because The Amazing Velvet is one of my old trainers, and Susan Green was his trainer. Susan Green and Judy Martin trained The Amazing Velvet. And one of the reasons I bring it up, because on that podcast, I actually suggested, hey, what if maybe either for the September event or an intergender bonanza later this year, we have the legend Susan Green versus the Amazing Velvet.
No way.
Because Susan Green,
dude,
one of the extremely few people to ever have defeated the fabulous Moolah back in her heyday. The Moolah never jobbed to anyone. And in the heyday, Susan Green was one of the few that did. And in fact, Susan Green was one of Moolah's trainees back in the day.
Okay. Dude.
And of course, Judy Martin, you know, her and Leilani Kai had the women's tag champs in WWF back in the late 80s.
Yeah, the women's tag team. The women's tag, they forgot about that. That's what I hate. They buried that when they brought out the women's tag team. They're like, yeah, this is the something new, the women's tag team. It's like, yeah, they already had tag team belts back in the 80s. You're forgetting about them. It's like
so,
why?
One other thing, Everett, if I remember, you're in Florida, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to keep you posted because it's possible I may actually wrestle again in South Carolina later this year. If I do, it's going to be a show booked by the Amazing Velvet and good chances of Papa Stro, Susan Green, and Big Game James being on it. So Big Game James was on WWE TV. He was on NXT. So that's definitely something worthwhile. Papa Stro, well, I mean, we're talking Maestro and Susan Green, hey, the legend. But yeah, all of us amongst, and in fact, I'll say this. Velvet loves Stan Styles. We had him on one show. Actually, it was November of 2019. I brought him down with me, and he was such a hit. In fact, not only was the match good, but the best part, he actually sold his shake weight to someone.
Yeah, that.
Yeah,
I
he sold
remember
his
that,
shake
man.
weight to someone.
That's great.
Also, and Velvet would love to have Beastman on. So, I mean, do you guys see that NAWA Rumble? I
No,
so
I haven't lately. I've been my hands have been in a lot of different
Sure.
projects
No, but
lately
they
here.
had that
But
pay-per-view like last month, I think. I think it was last month. And Beastman was one of the few that looked really good at this event. Here's the thing. Oh, I'm going to say it again. People think, Beastman is just, big guy, big caveman brute, so you expect big guy style. No, Beastman, friend of mine, he does cardio. He can work and he doesn't get blown up quickly. There are a lot of big guys out there, they're sluggish, they're slow, but Beastman is a guy who's like over 350 pounds and he does cardio. So he can do a 10 to 15-minute match and actually look good. He basically moves as good or better than Bam Bam Bigelow.
damn, that's great.
Well, I mean,
I'm gonna have to look that up. Send me the link. I
yeah,
love to see
it was
that.
on Fight TV, actually, I believe. It was on
Okay.
Fight TV. Yeah.
Okay.
So it was on Fight TV. That's one. Two, if you look up Beastman stuff. Three, I think I sent you a clip of a match where I was in the match with Beastman, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong, but I feel like I sent you guys
You
some clips of a match where I was in with Beastman.
I don't think you did because I would remember that. I
Oh,
would
you know
have
what? Now I remember. I only sent you a picture of that chop he gave me
Yeah.
where it had that ripple effect.
Yeah.
But
I remember that there. Yeah, you sent me the thing with the chop, but yeah, you didn't.
No,
Yeah, you
I'm
sent me the
wondering.
thing.
Yeah, I'm actually looking up right now to see if I have one of the. Oh, I've got a great GIF of the beginning of my match with him. In fact, I'm gonna send it in the chat right now once I get the. Oh yeah, this is great. So here, let me get here. Chat, paste. Whenever. Yeah, there we go.
Oh,
Wait, let me. Okay, there it goes. Okay, it's loading. There it goes. All right. Yeah. There it is.
So, my whole thing, especially back then, at the beginning of a match, I'm all about why are we fighting? We should be drinking beers together. So I offer everybody a beer. I offer Beastman a beer. He drank it. He's like, oh, hits me in the head, and I spit in his face.
That is great. That is great. I love that, man.
And let me tell you this. That may be like maybe the one and only time Beastman has ever been spit on, because in general, wrestlers do not take kindly to being spit on. And I will say I am happy to have the privilege of being the one and only person to have done that. That being said, he kicked my ass anyway. But actually, here, let me give you the next 10 seconds after that. So what happens is he turns his back to me. Bell already rung. So I hop on him, try to get him in a sleeper hold.
hey
He
guys,
takes 2 steps back.
I'm going to step out for 5 seconds.
Yep. So he takes 2 steps back and then pancakes me. He falls backward and squashes me. Oh my God.
Damn.
And I was going to say, I was only saved by my invincible beer gut because, yeah, any other person would have been flattened to nothing.
That is amazing. That is amazing. This is funny. It's just me and you right now.
Right.
And yeah. You're welcome to the Everett Lee Show.
Welcome back. Oh,
actually, welcome to my new podcast. It's called Deathmatch Wrestle Podcast. I'm David C. Russell. I got a facelift. I look like Everett Lee now.
Oh,
man. People tuning in, no, you're not watching the Everett Lee Show. This is still Deathmatch Wrestle Podcast.
This is the simulcast, like the night WWE had WCW.
I should do that. I should at least try that one time with David. I think I should. I should do it. I found out what was wrong with my camera and stuff. What happened was, excuse me. What I found out was I had two webcams plugged up in the same USB, and that right there, they interfere with each other. It's like one wants to be dominant, the other wants to be dominant, and they're trying to fight each other, so they cancel each other out. So I found my multi USB adapter. So I ran that and I plugged it into where that webcam was. And I ran it back out, and I picked one of the spots and I plugged in the webcam, which the one I'm using tonight. And I had some technical difficulty here starting off tonight because it wouldn't pick up StreamYards, wouldn't pick up this camera or this microphone. I kind of moved things around because I'm sitting in my spot where if I had a guest, this is where they would sit. And they would sit over where the camera is. So I because I wanted to get a good background tonight. So I switched some things up. But what happened was that's why the webcam wouldn't work, because they were interfering with each other. So last night I unplugged everything and I found it, and I was like, oh, okay. So I plugged up everything. Why I had everything, my computer shut down completely. I got to looking at it, my computer, and I was like, my computer is dirty inside. So I unscrewed the side. I got a clear view, a clear cover on the side where you can see inside. I'm like, man, that looks dirty. So I popped it off, and I had some air in a can left. So I was like, spraying the hell out of it. I kid you not, my secondary monitor there was covered in dust. Because I got two open vents. I'm like, damn, man. So I sprayed it down inside, sprayed off my graphics card, sprayed down everything, and got it all clean, and put everything back up, got everything situated, turned it back on, powered it back up. My coolant fan, when it starts, it's like it sounds like you know how when you have a fan going, you can take a piece of paper and you can hit it, it goes really loud. It does that. And there, after a while, then it silences. So it's running, computer's clean, and everything is running. It feels a lot smoother now. And so, but that's pretty much what.
Hi, guys.
Hi, the host is back.
Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody.
I was letting everyone know if they popped in that they're not watching an episode of the Everett Lee Show. This is that podcast. Wait, you got to go back and watch what we were talking about when you were gone.
Hi, everybody. Today's a good day to go out the window. Inflammable means flammable. What a country.
What if you replay and say something so I could catch up maybe?
All right, happy hour. Let's rewind back. Okay. Did you get all that? Okay.
Thanks. There's the ribbon. There's the ribbon.
We're Ace Ventura. We're Ace Ventura Pet Detective. the second one, he's like, "Here, let me rewind that." And he's like, "Wait, he's like, that's why you did it, because you couldn't get caught."
Remember, Spinkle is Einhorn, Einhorn is Spinkle.
Laces out. Laces out, man. Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls. And I went to the theaters.
Oh man,
the theater was dying when he was on the rhino, when he was coming out of the rhino's butt. yeah.
Go.
I like it when he got caught by Tommy Davidson and them, and then he was like, if anything happens, go run and get help. And then this guy comes, he's like, "Hey, Ace," he's like, "Oh yeah, he didn't get caught." And then the guy yells at him. He's like, and he's like, "Gingivitis is the #1 cause."
That's great movie. Like I was telling Everett earlier, we were just talking about like Cobra Kai. We actually got that series is cool. Did you get it? Yeah. Did you catch it?
Oh, I binge watched season 3 like 2 weeks ago. Or like almost 3, actually just before I was on Everett Lee's show. So that Monday before that, I actually binge watched all of it until like 3 in the morning. So my thing is, season 3 had a lot of callbacks. It basically had a ton of callbacks, particularly to Karate Kid 2. And, that's where a lot of the draw was from for season 3. I rewatched season 1, and I really like season 1 a lot. Season 1, hands down, the best of the seasons. Season 2 escalated over season 1, but there's just a lot that you're sitting there like, how is this even possible? So season 1 is still the best. Season 3, like I said, the draw is the callbacks. Just the moments of like Chosen getting him back, or Yuna basically bailing him out. There were a lot of coincidences, and my thing is, okay, so how are they like legit assaulting each other at an arcade? That's not a real thing.
yeah, but what I like is how season 3 ended, and you're like, I want season 4, but I'm looking forward to seeing David Silver come back from Karate Kid.
Oh yeah. Well, because that was season 4 is gonna have callbacks to Karate Kid 3.
Yeah. A lot of people don't care too much about Karate Kid 3, but
it wasn't memorable.
The actor who played what the hell, Barnes, Mike Barnes, that guy, he's a great actor. He went on to do like soaps and stuff. I think he was like on Young and Restless, and he had a great career. But I saw a recent interview with him, and he was keeping tight lip, because they said,
oh, yeah. He's going to be back, but the fact that they actually introduced the past with David Silver in season 3, that's going to be a factor.
Oh yeah, Mike Barnes is coming back, and Mike Barnes is going to probably go after Daniel because and then now he has Johnny to deal with, and here's what I'm looking for to season 4 now. Okay, Johnny and Daniel has joined forces. Okay, now how can they coexist? Daniel could teach this way, Johnny teaches that way. Now, how is that going to work?
Well, here's the other thing. Considering Daniel learned that he didn't know everything, what does that mean? What's the crossover there? Because he discovered that there were things that he clearly never learned, so now he has to expand what he knows.
Exactly. Chosen showed him that, which I thought was great. I love that at the end of season 3 where he gets Kreese down, and Kreese is like, "What the heck?" It's like, dude, it's like you messed with the wrong kid, man.
Right.
You messed with the wrong guy.
Can you imagine if they did a wrestling movie like that?
Well, here's the thing. I'll say this. The one realistic thing they did from that was the fact that after that incident from Karate Kid 2, Chosen obviously should feel ashamed of what he did. I mean, everybody turned their back, and he was given a chance at redemption and getting his life together. So that at least was believable.
Yes.
The things that were just, from that standpoint, absolutely believable. And there was already an existing link between Sato and Miyagi. So, all of that at least was consistent. Now, just at random, Yuna just happens to be a VP of international sales of Diona Motors. Yeah, how convenient, right?
Can you imagine if they did it?
She saved that little girl, man. She saved her. I mean,
she saved her to ultimately become the VP of international sales of the very company that he owns. I mean, come on.
All right, guys. What if they did a wrestling one? Who would all the characters be? Could you
Everett,
if a wrestling what?
Okay. If they did a wrestling Cobra Kai. Okay. All right.
Here's the thing. No. Before we decide what is the basis? Are we looking at like Ready to Rumble? Are we looking at No Holds Barred? I mean, on what basis are we generating this Cobra Kai concept?
All right,
Everett.
All right. Here's the idea. All right. Let's take WrestleMania 14. Shawn Michaels. He loses the WWF title to Stone Cold.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What happens to Shawn Michaels? Okay, Shawn Michaels, he's like Johnny out of luck and everything. Stone Cold goes on to be the man and everything and stuff.
Honestly,
I don't. Shawn Michaels wishes he at least would have hit Sweet Chin Music and got the 1, 2, 3.
Well, the reason I'm not buying that is because 3 years later, Shawn Michaels became world heavyweight champion again. So but here's a better.
Well,
how about this? No Holds Barred. What happened to Zeus after that moment where he got knocked and through the ring at the end of No Holds Barred? He wasn't killed, so apparently he has to leave. Oh, what if No Holds Barred was a prequel for Friday?
That's what I was going to say. He went on. He got out of the ring and he went to Compton and he became D. He changed his name because he was embarrassed.
Debo.
To make up redemption, give me that Joey Craig.
I'm gonna ride my bike down the street. Oh man,
that would be fantastic. If it turned out he changed his identity from the shame.
Who would be the Daniel LaRusso? All right, who would be like the Daniel character?
Oh, the Daniel LaRusso character would have to be Rip's brother. Because Rip's brother was the one who ended up, always wanting to do the right thing. He never had the power, and he was the one who ended up getting beat up by Zeus. So the Daniel LaRusso character has to be Rip's brother, because Rip was already set for greatness to begin with, whereas Rip's brother was the underdog, the overlooked guy.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and what about a female? Okay, like the Daniel's the friend or his sister or his daughter. Who would be the role?
Well, that's the thing. We don't know what would have happened with his life, because apparently, he was kidnapped by the executive, and they ended up freeing the brother during that big match with Zeus.
Okay, you know who Mr. Miyagi was? Mr. Fuji.
Yeah. No, you know who Mr. Miyagi was? The lady who was the cook at the diner who provided all the pies.
It's great.
And the network executive is Sato.
Oh, God. That's crazy.
All right, who else, Everett? Who else are you thinking? All right.
Oh, I haven't seen that movie forever. I forgot it. The last time I seen it when I was a kid, dude. I'm serious.
My favorite was my favorite was in the early 90s. They also had that one pay-per-view where they did the movie and the rest and the cage match together as a back-to-back pay-per-view, where the match was Hogan and Beefcake against Zeus and Macho.
Oh,
you remember that? You first see the movie and then you see the cage match.
Oh, is that Ready to Rumble? No. That was different.
No, I'm talking about No Holds Barred.
No Holds Barred. Happy, honestly. I haven't seen that movie forever, so there's a lot of things I forgot about that.
Time to watch it again.
Yeah, I want to have to watch it again.
I'll say this:
watch it this weekend.
Do this. Watch that, and also watch Ready to Rumble, and tell me which feels more complete. Because I watched both not long ago, and I feel like No Holds Barred does what it sets out to do better than Ready to Rumble.
Right.
Ready to Rumble. That was more, because that was
it's been forever since I've seen both those movies. It has. It's been forever since I've.
Yeah, I saw both of those in the theaters, but don't get me wrong. Ready to Rumble has some fun moments. Like, hey, I'm Sal Bandini. Want to wrestle? That was probably my favorite thing in the movie.
I'll tell you. Since you're here, Happy, I've been watching WandaVision.
I'm actually going to watch that soon. Yeah,
dude, episode 4 comes out at 3 a.m. tomorrow morning, and the first episode, first 2 episodes, 3 episodes, you're trying to figure out what the hell's going on. But if you sit there and watch it, there's little hints here and there. By the end of episode 3, you're like, oh, and episode 4 is going to have this big reveal of why everything is happening. Why is it like a TV show? Why is this? And you're going to be like, damn. But the cool thing about this is when this is over, it's supposed to lead into Doctor Strange in the multiverse.
Gotcha. Nice.
Yeah. Wanda plays a big role in Doctor Strange too. So,
nice. I mean, here's the thing. I liked Doctor Strange because it took a little different approach. It didn't feel so conventional because, after all, you kind of have to be delicate with dealing with, if you're like the master of sorcery and you have all these powers, you have to explain it well instead of, this is a guy who's practically invincible. You can't just do that. You have to be able to put it in context. That being said, I'm going to wait for WandaVision to be done, and I'll just binge watch it all at one go because that's what I'm going to end up doing anyway. But on a different note, just because this will be a good segue into what else I'll discuss. So in 2009, early 2009, I actually auditioned for a part on Game of Thrones season 1. So Game of Thrones came out in 2011. I had read the first 4 books. I mean, at that point, there were only 4 books out. So I read the first 4 books of the series. And I was ready. I was like, they're making a series out of this? I want to try out for this. So I happened to be in LA on business. And I was like, no, I'm going to go try it. Mind you, it turns out that 600 other people tried out for the same role. But I thought it would have been awesome if I would have been Khal Drogo. So that could have been me. I could have been Aquaman. And I'm just like... But like I said, there were like 600. Well, here's the thing: the person who actually directed me to the auditions. So Conan Stevens, who was a wrestler down in Australia, he played the Mountain in season 1.
Yeah,
and, he's the one who tuned me into the auditions. He got the part as the Mountain in season 1, and I didn't get a part for anything. They were happy to have me as an extra, but I couldn't afford that. I couldn't afford that lifestyle at that point, just to be an extra for like $150 a day or whatever. I couldn't afford it at the time, but damn, I would have. I wish my life was in a different place because I would have been happy to do that. And the fact that 2 wrestlers would be on the show, that would be fantastic.
I watched Game of Thrones. Did you hear that they're going to be coming out with 2 prequels? Yeah, I heard about that because I heard about the House of Dragons.
Yep.
And then they said, yeah, we're going to do it. And then they said they weren't going to do it. And then now they're going to go with it. And plus they're doing another one on top of that. I'm like, and like now I think that they're going to do some justification to how people were outrageously lit up and mad about the end of Game of Thrones.
Here's the thing. Season 7 and 8, the writing was terrible. What happened? I mean, mind you, there have only been 5 books out so far, and the last book came out in 2011. So the show writers basically went whatever direction they wanted. All they knew was the ending, but everything in between they basically made up as they went.
Right. George, what's his name? Who wrote
George
the book?
R.R. Martin.
Yeah, I heard he said this is how it ends. This is where you're at. You already run out of the books, and he said, "All right,
yeah." Season 4, they really diverged. Season 4 is when they began. Season 1, I would say, was probably 90% on target with the books. Season 2, they started to diverge. Basically, they left out some characters and tried to squish things in, and then by season 4, oh gosh, you're doing. Tiger Mask. Okay, Tiger Mask. Wait, is that Tiger Mask or is that Lee Moriarty?
Good question. It is. It's pretty sharp though.
I got my official Everett Lee Show 1990 shades here, like
man.
Yeah, see.
Oh, look at those. Can't even see them.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, what else is going on the wrestling? Well, I know you just were in the Bonanzas.
Right. So next Bonanza is scheduled for April 24th, and I am booked. I'm booked on that Bonanza because you know what? People love happy hour. That's the best part. People love happy hour. And yeah, I mean the DVDs and the stream were on sale for IGB7, and you, if you ever get a chance to view it, what me and Frankie Picard did was the most hilarious, hokiest crap. I mean, up there. It's in my top 5 for hilarious, hokiest crap I've ever done in my entire 25 plus year wrestling career. And it was so much fun. So much fun.
I know you had so much feedback. You had a lot of feedback from that. I remember you telling me.
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, the fact that this is the first time in my career that there was ever a "This is wrestling" chant. The crowd actually went, "This is wrestling," and we were doing some Orange Cassidy level nonsense. Dude, it was amazingly hilarious. I mean, and also one of the people there at the show, they basically said, you know what? If I stayed only through intermission and left, I feel like I would have gotten my money's worth.
That's good.
That's
pretty damn good. That's pretty damn good if you could actually someone says that this is, hey, I got my money's worth if I through the first half and intermission.
Exactly. I mean, he's like 4 matches in, he's like, I got my money's worth at this point. And I will say I'm also very happy. Thank you to all the fans. I sold a good chunk of merch too that day.
Good deal.
So, hey, I mean, it helps when you go into intermission and your match was before intermission and you had a match that people enjoyed. Oh my gosh, works out great. And I can sincerely say people enjoy the match I was in, and I think that's what makes it all the worthwhile. It doesn't have to be my favorite match, but the fact that people had a good time gives me that great feeling. When I leave that building, I feel good about what I did.
Right.
And I love that.
If you want to check out some new promotions, I know, David, I told you about this one promotion that's right here in Florida that they haven't run a show in 10 years. And last month, they did their first show back, and the video is out on their Facebook page. Mm-hmm. I was there in person in the audience, which was CFWE.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
Championship Family Wrestling Entertainment. Mm-hmm. Really old school wrestling, just old school wrestling, just basics. Their first event.
I know one of the guys on there because I've wrestled Ronnie York. So Ronnie York. Yeah, I actually wrestled him in South Carolina because he used to live in South Carolina. So I've wrestled him a couple of times in Charleston. So if you ever get Ronnie York on the show, mention Happy Hour. Yeah, we'll have some good conversations. But I've been in at least 2 matches with Ronnie York.
Okay. Okay, I'll have to keep that. I'll have to get that in mind. Yeah, because Ronnie York, I heard he was from that area there, and
Mhm.
it was just some great entertainment. I
Mhm.
enjoyed the show. I sat there and I watched the show, and I was like, man, this is great. I haven't seen anything this good in a long time, and I enjoyed the show. I enjoyed it, and I know they streamed the event on their Facebook page, I think last week, and I
Mhm.
tuned in and I watched it, and I was like, David, check out the CFWE. You got to check it out. And
Yeah.
he came on there, and he watched it, and I think I sent it to you to check out, and you watched it, didn't you? So I mean,
Mhm.
you mentioned Ronnie York. What'd you think of the event? What'd you think about it?
Yeah, the event is not bad. I mean, mind you, you have to be mindful of what tier of indie it is. So, for the tier of indie it was actually pretty good. It was actually pretty good. So, that's the thing to keep in mind. And, for the folks out there who will be watching this who are, not as savvy, think of it as like, how minor league baseball has different tiers. You have your A ball, you have your double A, triple A before they make it to the big leagues. So, you have to watch a product, enjoy a product, and evaluate a product for what it is. You can't go to, a double A show expecting WWE. That's just not fair. You're not paying $58 for a ticket like you would for a WWE show. You're paying like 10 to $15 a ticket. So make sure your expectations are set correctly. If you set your expectations correctly, you're going to have a good time. Don't go into an indie show expecting, The Rock versus Steve Austin WrestleMania 16 or something, or WrestleMania 15. If you set your expectations correctly, you'll have a great time. Also, for the viewers out there, indie wrestling has so many different flavors. There are some that focus on the classic catch as catch can style wrestling. There are some I love kaiju wrestling. Kaiju is so much fun. I love the fact that they don't take themselves seriously and they totally throw themselves into the hokiness, and that is my favorite part. I love that. Also, there are some indies out there that want to give you a mix, a variety, give you the all-you-can-eat buffet, and that's perfectly fine. You just have to know. You just have to appreciate things for what it is. Don't expect too much and don't expect too little. If you expect what a show tells you it's going to give you, that's great.
Wow,
That's
there's so much
that's
going on.
what
It's like
what'd you think of the show, David? What'd you think of it?
the crowd was into it. They just had a good time.
Yes.
They were chanting, "We want blood."
Yeah.
That's pretty damn good.
That's awesome. No, the fact that the crowd was just energized about that, that's fantastic. I think that's a mark of, you are executing what you set out to do well. Here's the thing. It could be hokey, but if the crowd is into it, that's great. It could be aggressive, and if the crowd's into it, that's great. Bottom line is if the crowd is saying or doing something, that's when it's worth it. Honestly, there are people that have recorded shows that have literally had less than 11 people in the audience, and I'm just like, you know what? That's when you have no clue about the production. If you have a light audience,
You just want to
focus on
leave.
the ring. Don't focus on the seats because nothing lowers the value of a show when somebody's watching it after the fact than empty seats. If
And let me
empty,
let,
if you
can I
have
jump in?
more empty seats than fans, you're gonna hurt.
Can I
Right.
jump in this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Happy as as you're wrestling, and and I'm sure you've had experiences like that. You go to a
Yeah,
building,
absolutely.
and it's like 10 people in the crowd. It's like not even a full house.
Well, here, let me tell you this. A promotion that did a good job with production and, the group that did it. So I'm going to give a little plug to Sorgatron Media. So Sorg actually has done a lot of video work for various promotions across the country. Mind you, pandemic has really hurt his business because no shows means no video means no money for him. But that being said, he's done a great job. And one of the promotions I worked for back in 2019, Black Diamond Wrestling, there were some. This was in outside of Wheeling, West Virginia. There were some shows where there were maybe like 30 fans, and I mean, this was a former middle school, so they had those like bleachers and whatnot. So everything was set up. Stage was set up. There was a nice entrance ramp. There was actually a screen with like an entrance video. So the production quality was actually really good. Fortunately, the camera would focus on the ring itself as well as the roving cam. Sorg would actually be around with the roving cam and focusing on the things that matter. So some shows we got like 50, 60 people. But I mean, when you're in a school gym, a school gymnasium, it doesn't look like much if everybody's spread out on the bleachers. And some shows, not as much. So you have to understand that at the end of the day, the people who come to this promotion are doing it because the production value is very good. Video quality is good. Like I said, you have a formal entrance ramp, and the fact that it's a good production is why people will do shows there because, if you're building a video portfolio, you actually want clips from that show simply because it looks good in a portfolio. If you have a nice uniform splash with a monitor with an entrance video and you're walking down a ramp WWE style, it looks fantastic. And in fact, what I'm going to do right now is share in the chat one of my GIF clips that actually was taken at Black Diamond because, this was actually taken by Sorg, no less. So, just to put in perspective, how production means everything. That particular show where that clip was taken actually had maybe like 50 to 60 people in attendance, but the production was really good.
Wow. That's pretty damn good from what I can see in the background there. And it looks like there's a lot of people there.
Yeah, see, that's the key.
Yeah.
When the video effort, the video production makes it look good, because that show, like I said, there were maybe 50 to 60 people there, which is not terrible for an indie wrestling show because they're all paying customers. But that being said, the fact that it can seat a few hundred will make it seem relatively small. But also, this was a December show, so I think it was Holiday Havoc. That was the name of that show. So it was Holiday Havoc. So the entrance ramp, you see like Christmas trees and whatnot. So the production quality is actually really good for this venue.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's what I want to put out there. Get away from the random setting up of ring in someone's backyard and you put like, swing pull tarp down. No, get that out. Get out of here. Here's the thing. You can make a good production even if you don't have like 500 fans,
Yeah.
Yeah,
you can. What I like about the CFWE show was it was done in a body shop, which I mean, if you think about it, Happy, and if you really think about this, David, it's from what I understand in that area there where it was the show happened.
Yeah.
It's hard to get buildings, but if you're able to get some type of building, you better take it, because it's like this too. If you put a ring up, you say, I have live wrestling, people will come that wants to see live wrestling.
Right.
They will. They will.
They did that.
And I thought that was pretty neat. I was like, cool. I'm in a body shop, but we got a wrestling ring, man. This is cool. This is like old school, like dirty, just down to it, man. It's just like, put a ring up. Hey, we're having a wrestling show in a body shop. I mean, have you ever heard of anything like that before? That's what I thought was pretty cool.
Actually, you know what happened? Also, Everett, which is really cool. Pro Wrestling. It is Pro Wrestling Alaska. Pro Alaska actually did a show in a Harley Davidson shop.
Dude, that's amazing. You put a ring up and you say, "Hey, I got live wrestling. people's going to come because they want to see it. And CFWE's Facebook page and with their promos and stuff have been blowing up. People's been like taking notice. Nice. I'm like, this is pretty neat, man. It's like what they're doing something, and it's great because I can't wait to see what's next, especially with Bloody Valentine, their next event on February 13th. Dude, I'm going to be there. I'm going to show up. I want to see what they're going to do. Is there going to be blood or what? Yeah, Bloody Valentine. Anything goes, man. I mean, I seen a promo the other day from Vernon Black on there. I seen one from Josh Dawkins. He's making his CFWE debut at next month. And then I seen one from the president of CFWE, Tanya Chapman, talking, saying, "Hey, we're having this show. Come on down." You know, it's like, and tickets went on sale online. So this is some great stuff. And and I love it. I love it.
It's Everett. It's like when you used to go to those shows right by you that go wrestling or whatever.
Go Wrestle. Actually, they stopped for a while. Now they're coming back. They found out they're doing it at a different location, which I think is great. I'm like, dude, they've come back. And I know it's happy. One of the hardest things for a promotion is to secure a building and a space to a show, right?
I'm in that scenario right now.
Yeah. That's one of the hardest things to do. It's like how much money. It's like you pay for what you get. It's like, I'm going to drop this amount of money for this space to do this 2-hour event. You know what I mean? So it's hard. It's hard for promoters and promotions to actually, not unless they have already something established or at a location that is they can call home, like FGW. They got their own spot there, which they do a show every week. They're on YouTube every Wednesday night, 7 p.m. New episode.
It's like us, Everett. Me and Happy, like H2O Wrestling Center. They always have a show going on.
Is it the same spot? Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
it's hard for a promoter or promotion that they do have a solid one spot where they could do their shows. That's great.
Yeah, that goes a long way because Matt Tremont leases that building. So on a different note, I'm surprised nobody made any comments about this right here. My handle.
Your handle. I didn't even see your handle.
Oh, you're a wise guy.
Not Deathmatch Russell.
Thank you. Thank you, Happy.
Oh my god.
I mean, I've had this going on for pretty much most of the time, and I'm surprised nobody said anything.
Damn. Well, I had sunglasses on, so I think I'll take them off. Someone asked me one time, I think it was David. They said, Everett Lee, what's with the sunglasses? You wear sunglasses. He's like, you wear sunglasses at night. Why do you?
No. Actually, it's funny you mentioned that. So actually, back when I lived in South Carolina, I was a very avid bar trivia player. So there were several places around town that I would go frequently. One of the DJs for one of the places, actually, two of the nights I went to trivia, he actually DJ'd both of those places. So whenever he'd see me come in, my whole gimmick was I wore sunglasses at night. So when he saw me come in, he'd play Corey Hart, Sunglasses at Night. So I had entrance music for those events.
Everett.
Ask me about it, David. Ask me and I'll tell you.
Because you wear them at night.
Yo, let's do that. Hey,
no, I'm a fan of Ray Charles. You want me to explain this? I think Robin Nelson was the one guy that asked me years ago, why do you wear your sunglasses when you do a podcast, on a video podcast? Why do you wear sunglasses?
Because you fall
Are you
asleep.
trying to look cool? No. The reason why I wear sunglasses and like in my pictures and everything else, if you go back on old videos, I'm wearing the sunglasses quite a bit towards the middle of everything. The reason why is because Mouth of South, Jimmy Hart, paying tribute to him. Howard Stern, Mancow Muller,
Mancow.
Yeah, that's why I wear sunglasses, because it was something that they did. So I'm like, you know what? I want to have that radio feel, radio presence. So I'm gonna wear sunglasses too. And if you don't like it, too bad. And then you can't see my eyes when I'm lying.
Right.
You heard that, right? Yeah. I'm not lying. So that's why I did that. You've heard I said Mancow. He's done.
Yeah. I mean, I only knew who he was because of that one ECW pay-per-view.
Yeah.
That's how I knew who he was back like 20 years ago when he showed up on that ECW pay-per-view.
Oh yeah. He ended up, I listened to, it was back, I didn't even know he ended. And it was back around November. He had his last broadcast. And he was like, this is it. He's like, I'm done. I'm leaving. And he left because he jumped around to a few radio stations. And right before, I think I was talking to Natasha Crane about it, because talking about Mancow, she's like, oh yeah, I love Mancow. She said right before the loop transferred over. You ever heard of radio stations at midnight? They changed the format to a new station and stuff. Well, the loop up in Chicago changed from classic rock to Christian, and the songs they played right into before midnight, before they changed over to Christian, was AC/DC, Highway to Hell.
There you go.
Iron Maiden, Mark of the Beast.
Sex.
The Mark of the Beast. 2 minutes to midnight.
No, it's actually funny. I have my Beavis and Butthead tribute where I actually have a long sleeve Metallica tee, and I wear my AC/DC hat just to pay my tribute to Beavis and Butthead.
I found on Pluto TV. I was mentioning that to you, David, earlier about Pluto TV. They, on the Comedy Central channel on Friday nights, they play a marathon of Beavis and Butthead. The old
marathon?
I kid you, yes. I kid you not. And I die laughing, because especially ones with Tom Anderson. He's like I like the one where he's trying to look for the with the Spanish tile to have his pool house done, where they had they get the tractor lawnmower, and then it fell us onto the pool, the cement, and he's like, boss, this pole ain't going to get done now. I'm gonna head over to the hardware store. I'm gonna get this Spanish tile. And he walks in there and he's like, excuse me, do you know where the Spanish tile is? I'm looking for the Spanish tile. Can you tell me where it is? It's like, yeah, I told you before where it was. Aisle 13, row 7, section 68, up in the upper thing. What the hell? Damn, I've been going up and down these aisles. I can't find it. I love the episode where the golfing one. He's out there playing golf. Yeah. He keeps stealing his golf balls. And he goes back to the clubhouse. And he goes up to the clubhouse, and the guy's like, hey, Tom, how you doing today? And Tom Anderson goes, well, I'll tell you what there, Mike. I feel like a one-legged cat trying to bury a turd on a frozen pond. He's like, I just keep losing the damn golf balls.
Everett, you know what? That sounds like you're doing your like Tom Hill. Your
Hank Hill.
Well,
Hill.
yeah, it's the same
Boy,
dude.
Are you the boy that been whacking off of my tool shed?
Well, yeah, it is.
Today.
Yeah, I like it when they steal his lawnmower and they're riding down the street and he calls the cops and he goes, yeah, it was them two Asian boys, Beaver and Butt Lick, I think they were. They hang out around at the mini mark. I love that. I love that. Tom Anderson. He's like, I'm gonna have to cut your pay if you happen to cut the tree off and hit the branch right there, boy. Oh God!
Oh snap!
Beavis and my head.
Oh, MTV. You remember when MTV used to do all these videos?
Oh God, MTV.
Yeah.
MTV did, man. That was the greatest.
Dude, Everett, we need to do like a series. We're gonna have to do a series like this. Like our just whatever. I'm sure
just random shoot the breeze type stuff. Oh gosh. Yeah. It's just an amazing amount of nonsense we can discuss. Yeah. It's unprecedented.
Everett, you want to set up a date? You pick it.
What? What to do?
Bring back to the Everett Lee show. And
all right, then actually here's my suggestion.
I've already
do a show that's basically a whole bunch of nonsense, the three of us. But the homework assignment is for that show. Whenever we do it, each one of us has to bring some sort of hilarious, ridiculous crap to the show. Whether it's Beavis and Butthead or anything else, just bring it, and we'll have a ridiculous laugh and try to dissect the nonsense into reasonable analysis.
Everett, let's do it on a Saturday. Like on a Saturday when we're all just we can just like be up late,
Check this out.
Okay.
Check this out. I'll share this here.
If I could share it, Everett.
Check it out. Here. Can you hear this?
No, we can't hear it.
No, we can't hear it.
You can't hear it?
No.
But look. Hello?
No, can't hear it.
Yeah, I can't hear it because of the mic. Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, the mic is taking over the audio.
You can't hear it?
No, can't hear it because the audio is set to your mic and not the computer.
All right. Maybe if I do this here. Look, you can see my thing.
Yeah, because that's your mic.
Let's see. I got a bunch of inputs on here. Let's see if I can do this. My glasses are fogging up. Let's lose them.
Let's do an episode like this, Everett. For fun.
What? Talk like Beavis and Butthead?
No, fun episode. Like you could be you create it. You'll be the host that night.
What?
Bring back the Everett Lee show for a fun night. We'll just
Can you hear me? I can't even hear you now.
What?
No. Hold on. That didn't work.
Dumbass.
Okay, I can hear you now. Dude, this sucks. All right. Yeah. Okay. How do I stop sharing? Okay. Stop sharing. All right, there we go. Damn.
Oh, man.
So much fun.
Yeah. Tom Anderson, man. I love it, man. Beavis and Butthead is just great. One of my favorite episodes, too. I like it when Todd would come after a man. He's like, all right, little schoolboys, I'm going to whip your ass, man. He's like, they're doing some crazy shit. And he's driving down the road and he has a beer and like a drop of beer hits on his pants. He's like, no. And then he goes and pulls up and he gets out of the car and he's like, all right, schoolboys, you spilled beer on me. And he's like, where? And he just points on this one little drop. He picks him up and starts pounding the shit.
Or
I remember when he
it's
like Beavis and Butthead's like, yeah, we want to join your gang. He's like, all right, initiation school, boys, little girls. And he throws them in the back of the damn trunk of the car, and he drives all over the place.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They don't make stuff like that no more.
Oh, no. Well, Beavis and Butthead was a thing when I was in college. So that's how long. I mean, that was almost 30 years ago. I was in college like 28 years ago. So, or I started college like 28 years ago. So, yeah, that I do remember those days. And it was funny, actually, that clip, that Beavis and Butthead clip of the Snoop video, that was one that I just literally 2 days ago, I sent one of my fraternity brothers from college. And I was like, dude, remember when we used to watch this shit back in college? And
yeah, Beavis and Butthead was just great, man. It was
well, here's the thing. What made Beavis and Butthead like really hilarious were the videos.
Yeah.
Really, really obscure videos and crap. And then they were doing their commentary on the videos. That's amazing because one episode of Beavis and Butthead literally is only like 6 minutes. If you took away the videos and commercials and whatnot, it's literally like 6 minutes.
Yeah. I remember when they were talking about when like Henry Rollins was like, doing like, I'm a liar. Yeah. They're like, yeah, he's a liar. I just
oh, he's a liar. You know how he's a liar? Because his shirt is supposed to say 5 instead of R.
And then what was it one time they Vanilla Ice Nice Baby was on there, and Butthead's like and then I remember like when what is it? Did you ever see the reboot they did? They actually had a pretty good couple episodes.
Yeah, I did. The one that was my favorite was the one where they were watching Jersey Shore, and it was like, oh yeah, they'll be sure to tell Grandpa Gorilla and Uncle Juicehead.
I knew we were making fun of it, man. I liked the episode where they go to the homeless guy and they're like, oh, he's a werewolf. He can make us a vampire.
We become denizens of the night.
Oh, don't forget the episode when they went to the wrestling show. There was one I believe there was one with they took an old lady, a granny, was at a wrestling card with them. I believe it's out there. I remember seeing it.
Was it in the reboot or was that original?
Could have been. Good question.
Yeah, I think that was original.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that sounds vaguely familiar.
Yeah.
I also know that they were always in Celebrity Deathmatch, or no, they did the Celebrity
Deathmatch. Yeah, they did one episode of Celebrity Deathmatch. But no, my favorite was the one where Undertaker took on or actually was getting beat up by that alien or something, and the alien kept calling him Mark, and and then the person who ended up beating up that alien was Nick Diamond. Nick Diamond came out from the announcer, came up and beat up that alien.
I think we're gonna do some old school clips here. We're gonna have fun.
Oh, dude, no, actually, that's right. The alien actually came out of Keith Flint from Prodigy, because remember when it was Keith Flint versus Celine Dion. Celine Dion was singing the national anthem, and it was taking so forever because Celine Dion, and like 2/3 of the way through, they start playing Prodigy, and then Keith Flint comes with the chair and hits Celine Dion over the head with it.
I remember that stuff.
All right,
we're gonna go. I remember.
Oh my God!
Remembering that stuff.
This is gonna be good. We're gonna do a blast from the past episode.
I can host it. I got cameras working again, man. I can do it. We do it on Facebook Messenger. I can do it. Oh, dude. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, Keith would hit her upside down.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was it? Smack My Bitch Up. They were playing.
Smack my
Oh
bitch
no,
up.
they're playing. What is that?
Yeah.
Breathe.
Firestarter.
No, they're playing Breathe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Breathe.
Wow.
Yeah. I remember that. I remember hitting them up. Yeah, she's like, ah!
Yeah. Oh,
Damn, I
man.
haven't saw that forever. I liked the one they did, the celebrity death match, when they had Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Vince McMahon, and when he
Yep.
gave him a stunner, his neck like expanded out. It was like this.
Yeah.
All right.
That was great.
That's
And that was really Stone Cold doing the voice for his character.
Oh yeah,
which
yeah.
I
No,
love.
they actually got a lot of the celebrities
Yeah.
doing the voices. I think that was part of the fun. Mind you, if you think
Yeah.
about it, they only had to do like 2 minutes worth of voiceover.
That's all they had to do. Yeah,
Right, exactly.
that's all they had to do. I love that. I love celebrity
classic.
deathmatch. It was
Yes,
my
that
favorite.
that was always a classic. Watching just every single freaking celebrity getting into with
Dude.
I
Yeah.
know.
It was great. It was great. What I loved about celebrity deathmatch was you take the odd like pairings and you throw them
Mhm.
together, and you just laugh because of what stuff was going on. Remember when Hanson was in there against the
Oh, it was
Backstreet Boys?
Hanson versus like what, Spice Girls or something?
Yeah.
And then Marilyn Manson ended up cutting off
Marilyn
the lights and
yeah.
crushing them all.
He killed them all. He killed them all. Remember when they had what was it, Trent Reznor? Yeah, I forgot who
versus Puff Daddy.
Yeah.
Yep, I remember that.
His
Yep.
head off and his hands.
Yeah, it's like, well, I mean, yeah, they ended up getting spliced together, and it was basically, oh, we've got 9-inch Daddy and puffy nails.
Yes.
I
I
remember that
remember
stuff,
this
man.
stuff.
That stuff was so great. That stuff was so great back in the day, man. I love the stuff that they did because it was entertaining.
Oh,
It made you
it
laugh.
was 100% entertaining. Not to mention, they actually, you know, they were all about the exaggerating the character. So they basically took sports entertainment to a new level. That's
I
for
love
sure.
Mills Lane. He's like, "You ready?
Yeah,
You ready?
exactly.
Get it on."
Oh, absolutely, absolutely, 100%. So
Damn,
that was great.
All right,
it
guys.
was.
Wow.
Oh man. Let's see.
What does David have going on? Man, we got to close this out. It's getting late.
Like, it's past David's bedtime. Happy. That's what he's saying right now. The street lights are come on, so we have to go home.
Uh-oh.
I'm just
There, Everett, for you.
Uh-oh.
I was
Yeah.
pretty much before you came on there, I was and I mentioned on when I had you on the Everett Lee show, which will be dropping next month, New episode starting on February 16th, which will be 216. Episode 216 will be airing on 216. I want to throw that out there. 4 new episodes with the amazing Amazon Natasha Crane. Happy Hour is yourself that's here tonight. One man crew. I talked to him again. One man crew. That right there is going to be the craziest conversation of the year already for 2021. I'm telling you, man, you got to check out that crazy episode. I'm telling you, it's crazy. And then I talked with the true master of wrestling ring music, Hurricane JJ McGuire. I talked with him again. But Happy Hour, that episode there, people's gonna love that because we cover a lot of ground and talk about a lot of things.
We talk about it, but like I said, the great podcasts are the ones where there's a lot of back and forth. We have no dead space, and we just keep going. And here's one last thing I will share, just because it'll be on topic. But here, we'll do just like 1 minute of this whenever this appears here. Let me Share that. And here we go.
Death. There we go. I can hear a little bit of it. Oh, here we go.
I actually have full screen though.
I can hear it.
All right.
Oh
Here we
my
go.
God. That was great. Thank you.
Rest in
Thank
peace,
you
Keith
for that.
I figured that was, since we were on the topic, I figured it was at least
God.
staying that 1 minute clip.
Yes. But oh man, like I was saying, like with our episode there, we talk a lot about a lot of different things, man. I mean, we talk about Cobra Kai. You get to hear more about that, like we talked about a lot tonight on here. But we talk about that. We talk about a lot of good things. So 4 new episodes of the Everett Lee Show coming back on February 16th. And more new episodes will be coming out. I pretty much recorded episodes, and pretty much it's going to be great. And I want to plug, if you don't mind, David, I want to plug some stuff on Podcasting Network. Our network.
Because I gotta go down my little list here. I'll share with everybody soon as well too.
Podcasting Network. A lot of things are going on with Podcasting Network for 2021. 2020 has set back Podcasting Network just a bit, but Podcasting Network in 2021, we just celebrated our 3-year anniversary as a network. So Podcasting Network has been together for 3 years, and we are going to keep continuing and pushing out content with great shows such as like Deathmatch Wrestle Podcast, Everett Lee Show, Final Score, Wrestle Popcast, Horror Pop After Midnight, Movie Nights Show. They're not podcasts no more. They're show. Urban Nerd Weekly, The Imaginarium with Scott and Todd, Coda. They're coming out with new shows too. Not a Hockey Market podcast or brand new sports show. And also Double Dime, which Straight Edge Sports Investing, Double Dime podcast. And a lot of great other podcasts and just a lot of great content coming out on podcastcity.net this year.
That's a lot of content coming out.
Yeah, a lot. And I want to give a shout out to Chris Carnage and Craig James. They're in the works right now of trying to be guest speakers at this year's Podfest in March. They're pretty much. I don't handle the business no more because I put my foot in my mouth. So I'm pretty much I don't handle the business part. I do the production part. That's it. Those guys handle the business part. So they're going to be guest speakers at Podfest 2020 this year or 2021. They're going to be guest speakers. They're in the works of doing that, and they got a lot to help a lot of people out with doing podcast, with inspiring and what they've done, and to share their stories to get where they're at, because what they do with Final Score is amazing. I can't say anything else about
it's grown.
Chris Wilson and Craig James, what they do with the Podcasting Network as partners. But they're the business guys in it. And I love what they do. And we got a lot of things for Podcasting Network that you have not seen yet. That's in the works because you may have like other podcast networks like Podcast One and other podcasts. What they do is not going to be compared to what we're going to do with Podcasting Network in 2021 and beyond.
Mm-hmm.
And I am getting back into being inspirational and motivated because there for a while I wasn't, but I'm ready to get back into that. And before I can be inspiring, I got to inspire myself before I can be inspiring to other people. And as soon as that happens, the sky's the limit, man. And that's all I got to say about Podcasting Network. Everett Lee Show, February 16th, 2021. You're going to love it, guys.
All right. So, do you mind if I take literally 30 seconds to plug the show that's coming in September? So I'm going to have The Runway. I'm going to have Sizzling Stan Styles. I've got Casey Dillon coming, Princess of Darkness, who's going to be a referee. I've got The Nightmare, Scarlet. I've got the American Bombshell, Danny Gray. I've got Hooven. Of course, Happy Hour is going to be there. I've got OVW's Rush Division champion, Zero Gravity, AJ Daniels. I've got Zeke Mercer. I've got Bro Hemoth and more. So I'm still gathering a roster. There's going to be some top-notch talent. I'm featuring people of color. I'm featuring women. I'm featuring LGBTQ+. I've got Bray McKenzie. I've got Paris Sahara. Basically, Paris Sahara is going to be the next Sunny Kiss. So, let me tell you, this is going to be a packed show from a wrestling standpoint and a packed show from a beer standpoint. So make sure you have your thirst buds ready.
Can I add one other thing real quick? Everett Lee Show, you can listen on Podbeam, iHeartRadio, Stitcher Radio, and Amazon Music. The audio portion of the podcast, YouTube video versions over on Podcasting Network on YouTube. Okay. All right.
Ding, ding, ding.
Thank you, Everett Lee. Thank you, Deathmatch Russell. And me, I'm not Deathmatch Russell.
Well, David, what do you got coming up?
What do you got coming up, David?
Well, you know what? Actually, I'm going to announce it tomorrow night, or is it tomorrow? Well, all weekend. It's just some crazy. Lot of wrestling. 24-hour marathon is going to be happening this weekend. It's been posted. Actually, I'm sure at Happy you've been seeing this all over the place. For Game Changer Wrestling presents Fight Forever. I'm going to post something out here if I could get to it.
You know, you're too far away from your microphone, so it's kind of hard to hear you.
Yeah. Talking to the microphone, David.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Can hear you now. Yes.
Okay. Game Changer Wrestling presents Fight Forever. It's going to be a 24-hour marathon of wrestling, and donations will be go as well towards the wrestlers' causes. And right here, great. It's a whole bunch of matches. It starts on the 29th till the 30th, and it's going to be featuring a lot of wrestlers, wrestling matches, wrestling companies, just a lot of matches in general that are going to catch people's eye for a lot of promotions, because we know that this time, Happy, we know in COVID it's been hard for these guys to get out and wrestle.
No, 100%. And you know, and some people are feeling it worse than others. I actually saw part of your show with Tatiana Rose. And yeah, she basically, I was there when she was a trainee a couple of years ago, and she around 2019 is when she really just started getting out there doing matches. And the hard part is those who just broke out are going to have a hard time, because really the majority of the shows that actually are going on are more on the upper indie or super indie level. So, you know, for those who actually put in the work to be ready for shows, it's kind of tough, and that's kind of hard. Especially for those like her,
and also a lot of these matches are sponsored by independent people from all people as well, like myself. As Deathmatch Russell presents, we'll be a part of this. My logo's up here. Up all night with Jimmy Lloyd's Up All Night show, and it's just the talent. It's coming out of the woodworks. Jimmy versus Charlie, Starboy Charlie. And also we're gonna have Nolan Ryan.
Oh, wait! Wheeler Yuta.
Yuta.
I've got it. I don't know if I told you guys, but I was there the night he graduated from wrestling school. I actually was part of that show, and actually the subsequent show, because South Carolina requires everybody in the ring to be licensed, including referees. There were 8 of us backstage who had a license. So what they did was I ended up volunteering to Iron Man ref the entire show, and the other 7, they had a tournament for the championship. And Wheeler Yuta ended up taking on in the main event, took on the Warhawk Dylan Cage in that main event. Well, actually, back then he was Alex Kai. He graduated. He was Alex Kai, and when he came up to CZW, he became Wheeler Yuta.
Yes.
Oh yeah. So I know I've been in matches. I've been in rumbles with him and stuff like that. So it definitely it was a fun time.
Let me tell you, Wheeler's another man, but this guy Nolan Ryan, he's
Nolan Edward.
Nolan Edward.
Yeah, Nolan Ryan.
Yeah, Nolan Ryan.
I was going to say 5,000
Texas Rangers. Texas Rangers baseball. I know.
Let me say, Nolan is an independent wrestler, but you know what? He's been stepping his game up in the deathmatch world and wrestling at No Holds. Actually, ICW's No Holds Barred, which has been nonstop barn killer death matches lately.
I haven't talked to him. Forever. It's been about 2 years since I talked to him, man.
Who's that?
Nolan Edwards, because we had him on the podcast. He was on the Release show, remember? On episode 99. That was a long time ago, man.
I've had him on, remember?
Yeah. But I haven't talked to him since episode 99 of the Release show. I think it was 99 or 98. One of those. Yeah.
And the next match up is Ken Broadway versus Charles Manson. This is going to be an interesting one. It's cash.
Wow.
Ken Broadway's is a local. It's going to show he's made of money. How's that? Then we got a co-main event right here to top it off. The Ugly Ducklings versus Young, Dumb, and Broke with Jordan Oliver.
Oh man, the Ugly Ducklings. Well, particularly Rob Killjoy. I've been on several shows with him back around like 2014, 2015. Wow.
But let me get. Well, we know that this guy right here, Colby Carino. My gosh, that's
that's
Everett.
Steve Carino's son. Yep.
There you go.
Nice.
But Jordan Oliver is let me say that this kid right here in the front is going to be, he's the future of wrestling. He's going to be also in a match. You might want to check this out. He's going to be in an Iron Man match for versus Tony Deppen. Yes.
Really? Yep, Tony Deppen. Okay.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. You're going to be like, holy cow, watch them. It's going to be, and Jordan is the current Synergy Pro, Synergy champion.
Oh, okay. Okay.
As well. But also we have I just got an announcement here on Twitter. So we're going to go on to Twitter. Go on Twitter. If I can pull up Twitter. I'm going to pull up Twitter.
Pull up Twitter. Pull it up. Pull it up. Pull it up. Pull it up.
It's going slow.
I know. Slow. Like my computer, it goes slow.
Yeah.
I know how it goes.
Where is it? Where is it? I just had it.
Yeah, I worked all day too, man. I'm like, ugh. I came home and I played with my daughter, and then it said,
Where is it? Oh, here we go. Let me see if I can pull up a Game Changer.
Definitely.
I just had it. Jimmy just posted it. Why isn't it out? 1 second. Back up, fans.
So while you're looking up stuff, I'm going to drop the fact that thanks to Velvet, working on possibly, mind you, it's a remote chance, but trying to see if I can get Chavo Guerrero for the show in September.
Dude, that would be amazing. That would be amazing.
I mean, Chavo Guerrero is a beer guy, so I think that would be a fantastic place to have Chavo Guerrero at a show. So me on a show, Chavo Guerrero on a show, because we're beer and wrestling all in one. Oh, that would be a fantastic opportunity.
That would be fantastic right there. My allergies, man, with this weather down here in Florida, it's hot, and then now it's cold, and it's hot, and my nose is starting to get clogged up about this time at night. My nose starts to get clogged up. So
this is the main event right here, Everett. It's a scramble match.
Huge scramble match. I have no. There's just a lot of wrestlers that are going to be in it. My gosh.
Damn.
Yeah, you have. Yeah.
And this is, you know what the great thing about this is, and I want to, mention this, and the great thing about this is the fact that Deathmatch Wrestle Podcast is a sponsor for this. That's great.
But you know what? It's going to be streamed free on YouTube channel on Game Changer Wrestling. Go on to YouTube's Game Changer and type that in, Game Changer Wrestling, and also free on Fight TV as well. It's going to be
this weekend.
This weekend, starting tomorrow night. Here's a
what
nice
time?
8 p.m.
Dude, you know what?
Night. Yeah,
SmackDown. What?
I
don't even watch SmackDown. I don't even watch Raw. I don't watch it no more. I watch the pay-per-views. I don't even know what I have. I'll tell you what. I've stayed away from the dirt sheets on who they want to pick to win the Royal Rumble this Sunday. I've stayed away from it. I have no idea what the heck's going on, man. I'm gonna tune in and be like, "Hey, what's going on here?" Hey, there's some guys going over the top rope. What's happening? Who's gonna win this? I'm blindsided, man. I've not.
Everett, I guess you're going to be glued to your TV set this weekend.
Well, I work tomorrow and I work Saturday, but Saturday night I'll probably end up like I did last night. I sat over there on the couch and I was so tired that I tried to stay awake. I was so tired from working. I tried to stay awake and watch an episode of FGW, this week's FGW, and I fell asleep. And I woke up freaking sounding my alarm over here on the desk. I'm like, what the hell? I looked over. I'm like, damn, I fell asleep watching FGW. I was too tired. It was bad, man.
Let me tell you, Everett. If you go back and you look at the cards on Game Changer Wrestling, go on the Twitter and check it out. You'll be like, wow.
You gonna check it out, Happy?
Something this weekend.
Yeah, I'll check it out. Absolutely.
Yeah, I love seeing live wrestling. I watched that Pro Wrestling Magic over the.
I'm not. I'm curious about. I'm genuinely curious about that.
Dude, they had an event. It was streamed live on their Twitch channel, Pro Wrestling Magic, I think it is. I think they put the event over on their YouTube channel finally. If not, it's on their Twitch channel. If it's still up,
If our buddy Jimmy, our buddy Jimmy on commentary.
Jimmy Riot, Jimmy Riot, Jimmy Baxter. Yeah, shout out to him, man. Great job on commentary, man. Great commentary. That guy, he is great on commentary for what he does with Pro Wrestling Magic. But far as I know of, it's still up. You got to check it out. Happy, they had some great matches. I can't think of the talent, but what I saw from the talent in the ring, phenomenal. Just
that's great. That's always a good feeling.
Indie wrestling, man. It's gritty indie independent wrestling, and the way the show ended, you're like, oh my god, why and how? And then you go on their social media and you get to see behind the scenes on what happened, and you're like, damn, dude, I can't wait to see the next one.
Also, what do you got? What else does Deathmatch also have going on? What else?
What do you got going on?
I got a podcast on. I'm supposed to be on a podcast on Monday night with called Juicy Pro Wrestling.
Juicy Pro Wrestling.
They actually heard of you too, Everett, which is pretty.
They have. They've heard of me. Someone's actually heard of me.
Jack Sparrow, you're the worst pirate I've ever heard of. But you have heard of me.
I'm going to be a guest on their podcast. I'm going to be a guest. See what they're all about, and look forward to talking with them, the hosts. And
what's the podcast again?
It's called Juicy Pro.
Juicy Pro. If they're live on Facebook, I'm going to check it out Monday.
Yeah. Also, what do I got coming up on Wednesday? Or is it Tuesday? Good question, David. Check your calendar. I'm on Twitter looking now. I'm looking now. Wait for it. I am gonna
on Wednesday night at 8 p.m. I'm gonna be talking to pro wrestler Darkheart, and I'll be talking with him. And then on Feb at 8 p.m.
and on Friday night at 8 p.m. I'm actually going to have on podcast and be talking with female wrestling talent, Kaya McKean.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
So I'm looking forward to that one. I'm sure you heard that name, Happy.
I have too. Honestly, yeah, I've heard that name too. Dude, man. David got some great content. Has he not, Happy?
Oh,
man.
No question. I mean, that's...
Oh, wait a minute. But one more thing, Everett. What day are we going to do something fun? Let's do it. Let's announce it right here. What night? Pick a night.
Let's do it.
Put him on the spot, right?
You put me on the spot, man. Come on, man. You put your guest on the spot.
Got him.
Actually, for once, it feels great to be a guest and not like the host. I love it, man. I'd trade in this day any day.
I know.
You're going to put your guest on the spot. I'll message you and let you know.
All right.
Because I would let you know now, though, but I really got to go to the...
Oh, the killer can? Okay. Go to the can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We got to push.
All right, guys.
Well, you know what? As always, another great night of podcasting on the Deathmatch Russell podcast with my two friends and two great Well, no, happy hours. I think we're gonna collab and get you on here eventually. I know you're working on some stuff, but have a good night, guys, and tune in.
Cheers, guys.
Peace, love, and beer.
Cheers. Have
Cheers.
a good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Oh, it would help if I finished the video, wouldn't it? Wait. Close the video.
Oh, man. This is why we can't have nice things.
You can find more Deathmatch Russell podcasts on the following social media: deathmatchrussell.com, follow on Twitter at DavidNJ32, and on Facebook, facebook.com/DJDaveNJ32. Find me on Podcast City Network at podcastcity.net, facebook.com/Podcast City Network. Hit the like button and share, and on Twitter at Podcast City Net. You can hear Deathmatch Russell podcast on Stitcher Radio and on iTunes.
Hey, wrestling fans, check out bootandheel.com for all your independent wrestlers, apparel, and more. Also, check out Deathmatch Russell podcast as well. www.bootandheel.com. Hey, guys, that was great.
Fun times, dude.